Hello, Matt G4IYT here. Today we're looking at the full license mock examination number 1, version 1.6. We've reached question 38, which reads, a neighbour has a new television of very good quality installed in his lounge. Nonetheless, there are instances of interference from nearby amateur and CB transmissions. It would be sensible to check if the A. aerial and its downlead may have deteriorated since they were installed. B. Mains voltage to the premises is below the required level. C. Television has the latest firmware programming installed. Or D. Affected premises does not have a suitable RF earth system. So right away there's a couple of options I think we can rule out here. Looking at option B, check if the mains voltage to the premises is below the required level. Well, we're being told that, other than these instances of interference, the TV sounds like it's working absolutely fine. So if the mains voltage wasn't where it needed to be, maybe the TV wouldn't work right whatsoever. Maybe other devices on the premises wouldn't be working correctly either. And we're not being told about that, so I think we can rule that option out. Option C, check if the television has the latest firmware programming installed. I mean, that's probably not a bad shout generally. You want to make sure you've got the latest version of the YouTube app installed. However, this sounds more like an RF issue than anything else, and upgrading the firmware probably isn't going to have a huge impact on this interference from nearby amateur and CB transmissions. We've then got check if the affected premises does not have a suitable RF system for option D. And yes, earthing is an important factor here. We would want to make sure that the TV has a suitable amount of shielding around its critical electronics, its critical RF electronics, to make sure that both interference from within the TV, maybe from a switch mode power supply in the TV or other parts of the TV, and also interference from outside of the TV, such as your next door neighbour with his 4-stack of Yagis. We would want to make sure that those signals are kept out by having a suitable amount of shielding around the sensitive electronics, and we're being told that the TV is of a very good quality, so I think we can make the assumption here that it does have all of that, so I think we can rule out option D. And that leaves us with option A, check if the aerial and its downlead may have deteriorated since they were installed. And yeah, well, we've got to remember that we've got from the lounge, we've got a long run of coax going out from the lounge up to the roof of the house where the TV antenna is installed, and that TV antenna is going to be like a beam, like a Yagi pointing at a nearby TV repeater. And if things are working properly, then we should only be receiving through the front of that beam, and we should be receiving what's coming out of the TV transmitter. However, if there has been some deterioration of the coax or the connectors around the coax, or even some major deterioration of the antenna, that's going to make the whole thing act as one big antenna, and it's probably not going to be not going to reject things as well as the beam pointing at the TV transmitter is. So that long run of wire heading up to the roof is just going to act as a gigantic antenna all by itself, and that's definitely going to pick up nearby amateur and CB transmissions. So I think for this one we'll select answer A. Let's head down to the answer to see if we got that one right. And of course for answer 38 the option is in fact A. Make sure that there's been no deterioration of the antenna or the coax feeder. Thanks very much. I'll catch you for the next one.